So, child prime. Author Kobabe, who goes by the obscure pronouns E.M. Iyer, I've never heard of that, defended the book to the Washington Post, saying that queer kids need queer stories. This is a controversial book that caused parental anger being found in the libraries of public schools from Virginia to Rhode Island, showing graphic imagery about sexual and gender awakening of teenagers. It is being defended by the mainstream press and publishers. Genderqueer, a memoir, a graphic novel by Maya Kobabe, sorry for mispronouncing this person's name, has become something a symbol as what's stake in educational culture wars, both in the Virginia gubernatorial election, which we've mentioned, and beyond. We sort of mentioned with the Tiki thing. Published by good old Simon & Schuster, one of the biggest publishers on earth, if not the biggest publisher. Has won numerous awards. Of course, it's stunning and brave. And it was called into question by Republican candidate Glenn Youngkin and was pulled from schools in Fairfax County, Virginia. Yet Democratic candidate Terry McAuliffe slammed Youngkin for wanting books like this out of school libraries. This is the tweet. It says, folks, let's take a step back. Glenn is spending his final days of the campaign focused on banning award-winning books from our schools and silencing the voices of Black authors. My eyes aren't the best unless this person is doing what we were talking about in the last segment and lying about the race. They're not Black. Now, I'm not sure if he's referring to another incident that this article is not talking about, or is he referring to that fake incident that was we know is not false. I don't know what this guy's talking about. And again, I'm not as well versed what's going on with this gubernatorial debate and issue in Virginia. But he's talking about Trumpian dog whistles. Seems like this guy's full of shit himself. The image, what is this guy? McAuliffe, whatever. Images in the books. So I don't really want to show the images. We're trying to skip through it. Well, can you see what you can kind of see what she's doing, right? Yeah. In the bottom right here, yeah, she's sucking on something. So that's what's in this book. And they're supposed to be all teenagers. And actually, you can't post the images on Instascam. Oh, Jesus. You can't post the images on Instascam. Or Facebook. And so they're saying, well, this is James Lindsay. Matt was just telling me about this guy. So basically, you can't post this on Instascam. You can't post this on Facebook, but you can go get it from your library at school. So that's the issue. I don't know how. I guess these kids are supposed, or the images are supposed to be of kids. I didn't read the damn thing. I don't know what's happening. I'm not a censorship guy in general. But what happens is, what you put in schools is a total different can of worms for what should exist in general. So I don't think you should have this type of shit in schools, especially if it's too graphic for. I hope YouTube doesn't fuck with me just for that. And if it's too graphic for Instagram and Facebook, it's probably too graphic for your kids. I don't think that's a crazy bet. Talks about this person's weird pronouns. They defended the book, saying that queer kids need queer stories. Why do they need sexual images? But that's why people think that all this stuff is grooming. That's why people think that the LGBTQ community is being hijacked for the P3DOs, because there's this need to constantly show this shit to children in a very explicit way. And then people just see, oh, you're oppressing somebody. You're such an oppressive person. I think this is fucking demonic. I think this is ridiculous. We're done here. This is fucking sick. Stop being fucking evil. Remember that TED Talk when they were trying to normalize this shit way back when? And they've ramped it up. They've ramped up. They've ramped up. They've ramped up. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to normalize this shit. And unfortunately, this is looking like Sodom and Gomorrah outside. The days of Noah. On some level, I think they already have succeeded.